Thank you. This will be back on the consent calendar at the next meeting for adoption.
Okay, the last item under
Item D, adopt resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with West Yost Associates for design of the Avenues 1 through 3 sewer and water main replacement project in an amount not to exceed $383,352.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. Before I discuss...
Jimmy, hold on just
sorry.
for a moment. I apologize. Councilmember Medina.
I just wanted to clarify with our city attorney, my property lies within Avenues 1 and 3, and would it be appropriate for me to step out of the room for this, or how would that work?
No, generally, projects which involve infrastructure, street sidewalks, and so on, council members who are within 500 feet can vote on those projects and can participate so long as there's no material financial effect on their property specifically that's different than the effect of the project on everybody else in that radius. And I think that would apply in your situation, so I think you can participate. Okay. You're welcome.
Sorry, Jimmy. Thank you. Please continue.
No, not a problem. Thank you. So before I discuss in detail about the project, I'd like to provide a brief overview of the status of the sewer CIP projects and how this Avenues 1-3 project is related within the overall work plan. The city completed both the water and sewer master plans, and the documents have been adopted by the City Council. The city also developed the prioritized 10-year work plan, and that took into considerations of the regulatory deadlines established by the settlement agreement with the baykeepers to complete the sewer capacity projects. The work plan also took into consideration replacement of all aging and undersized water infrastructure pipelines to improve fire flow, reduce pipeline leaks and main breaks, and replacement of all aging sewer pipelines to reduce infiltration inflow and ongoing maintenance. So the first focus is to complete the sewer capacity projects per the settlement agreement with the baykeepers, and we've been making some progress on those projects. So here's a slide that shows all the sewer projects that we're currently working to complete. We recently completed the Crestmore Canyon project, which was accepted tonight. There are two projects under construction. One is the Spyglass Pump Station, and the other is the San Mateo Avenue Water and Sewer Replacement Project, which started yesterday. The city also has several projects that are ready for bid, and staff will be bringing those projects to council for construction, for the award of construction contracts soon. And those are the Crystal Springs Road Sewer Replacement Project, the San Antonio Avenue Sewer Replacement Project, and the Lomita and Crestmore Pump Stations replacement projects. And the Crestwood Pump Station is currently under design. We're at about 30% design stage as well. So in addition to completing these capacity projects, the work plan also includes replacing the oldest infrastructure near the downtown area and surrounding neighborhoods. And these are the large-scale water and sewer replacement projects that the city is undertaking. This slide shows the upcoming sewer and water replacement projects. So the Avenues 1-1 and 1-2, it's at 100% design stage. We're currently finalizing the package for bid. And we're also waiting for the San Mateo Avenue project to be completed first prior to commencing the construction on this project to minimize the impacts to the residents. The project before tonight is, in front of you tonight, is a continuation of this sewer and water replacement project that's indicated in on the slide as Avenues 1-3. And the purpose of this project is to reduce the risk of SSOs and improve the reliability of the water system by reducing the water main breaks. And being that the area is one of the oldest in the city, there have been a lot of water main breaks in these areas. And the project consists of installing approximately 7,100 feet of water pipelines and 6,600 feet of sewer pipelines. And this project is bounded by El Camino Real, Huntington Avenue, Taylor Avenue, Florida Avenue, and San Felipe Avenue. And both the water and sewer are being replaced at the same time to minimize the construction impacts to the public. And once the pipelines are constructed, the roadways are proposed to be repaved as well. The city issued an RFP for the design of the project back in October of last year, and staff received 6 proposals for this project. And the design services, the costs were also reviewed, and the costs range from $357,000 to $642,000. Since it's not a publicly bid project like construction projects, the city is not required to select the lowest cost firm, but rather select based on the qualifications of the firms and experience and experience of this project manager and staff. Based on the evaluation, staff is recommending West Yost Associates to provide engineering design services for this project. And the firm has done a lot of work for the city. It's highly qualified and has the experience to complete this project. The firm completed the design projects for the Genevan Avenue sewer replacement project, which we accepted last year. We completed the Trenton sewer replacement project, which will be coming to council for acceptance soon. And the project that's currently under construction, which is the San Mateo Avenue water and sewer replacement project. So the costs for the consultant services for this work is about $383,000, and the scope includes preparing a technical memorandum, evaluating alignment alternatives, geotechnical investigation, corrosion design, potholing, surveying, and preparing the bid documents for construction. For the project schedule, staff estimates the design would take approximately 10 months to complete. If awarded, it's anticipated the design will be completed before the end of this year. And as for the fiscal impact, the project is within the established fiscal year 2017-18 CIP. The cost of this contract is within the total budget of $600,000 available in the current fiscal year. And this concludes my presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of council to Jimmy? Michael?
I think I've brought this up before, but what about storm? Can you talk to the general condition of what we know, just based on experience in the area, of the condition of the storm drains, and whether we should be considering including storm drains in the design? I know that we're always underfunded in that area, but I think we should at least consider if there's an opportunity, especially if we're talking about doing the whole package where we're going to repave and everything. And then the other question, the two-parter, is just the how extensive of a repavement are we doing, and does this include a full analysis? You mentioned potholing, but does that include a full analysis of the entire roadway, or only the parts that we're opening?
Okay. In regards to your first question about the storm drain system, the master plan doesn't have any indication of any storm drain improvements in this area. We have large-scale capacity-related projects for storm drain that the storm master plan has indicated, and we have about $29 million worth of improvements that needs to be done for the storm drain system, which, as you're aware, we don't have any funding for. But in these areas, there's no storm drains that are recommended to be improved as part of the storm drain system. We have one storm drain project, which is the Pine Box, which there's an additional storm box culvert that needs to be installed, and that will alleviate a lot of the storm issues that we have in our system towards the end of the storm system, before it reaches the San Bruno Channel. But in regards to the paving, the entire roadway will be repaved after, because being the new water and sewer system will be installed within the roadway. I know some of the older pipelines are underneath the sidewalk, so we'll be relocating those into the roadway, so the entire roadway will be disrupted with the construction of the pipeline. So we will repave the entire roadway with.
Marty?
So for the material that you're looking at, what evaluation are you looking at? PVC?
We are. So we have to take a look at the soil corrosiveness in these areas. I know there's we ran into some highly corrosive soils in certain areas of the city, so we want to have the geotech results first before we determine what's pipe materials. If it's non-corrosive, we'll be using PVC pipelines, as it's, there's a little bit of cost savings with that versus the ductile iron pipelines.
Okay. Any other questions? Staff? Any action by council? Oh, I'm sorry.
Sir, one more question.
Mr. Salazar.
Any opportunity to do anything with lower laterals as we're replacing the mains there? Especially if there's a change in materials, would that automatically require us to change anything on the lower laterals? And then funding, I mean, any idea how that would impact? I know that in some other areas, we have addressed lower laterals along with the main, so can you speak to that?
Correct. On the recent sewer replacement project, for instance, Genevin, which we replaced the main lines there, the city didn't replace the lower laterals. We connected back, we connected the lateral back to the main line, and it's because the lower laterals are the homeowner's responsibilities now for the sewer ordinance. And we'll be doing the same thing in these areas. But if the residents are interested in replacing their lower laterals, they can discuss that with the city, and then we can work with the contractor to try to get those replaced, at the homeowner's cost.
And I would definitely like to see us see what we can do once the roadway is open, because that would be a huge savings, I think, to the homeowners if they were to take advantage of that and sort of package it all together.
Great. Thank you. Any other questions? Not any action? There's a resolution.
I'll introduce the resolution.
Councilmember Salazar,
Aye.
Councilmember Medina,
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Davis,
Aye.
Mayor Medina.
Aye.